Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Raw Healing Tarot. If this is your first time, my name is Kayla. Thank you so much for being here. I was getting a very strong message that there needed to be some sort of love messages coming through. When I shuffled all the cards, my intention was for this to be timeless. So whenever you do find it, it's when you need to be watching it. There's like a lot of energy coming from all these piles, so I'm very excited to see what needs to come out and what needs to come through. My intention for this is to be a love message, so this could be something to do with a relationship, it could be something to do with a friendship, family members, deceased friends or family members, or even your spirit guides. It might be like a self-love thing. So whatever love means to you, take the messages that resonate and leave the ones that don't. But this was a love message that you need to hear now. So again, it's timeless. Doesn't matter when you watch it. Whenever you watch it, it's when you're meant to be watching it. So thank you for clicking on this video. This is a pick a card reading. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put a nice little screenshot of all of our options. So we're going to start off with pile number 1 with the Watermelon Tourmaline, pile number 2 with the Jade, and pile number 3 with the Auralite. Now, if this is your first time to doing pick a card readings, I'd suggest maybe you just pause the video, take a few big deep breaths, set some intentions for what you want and need to hear, and go ahead, pick your pile, and I'll see you in the first reading. All right, if you picked pile number 1, welcome. Welcome to your whatever love message you need to receive right now. That means you picked the Watermelon Tourmaline, which is such a beautiful stone to begin with and such a freaking cool stone. And I think that for a relationship message, something's definitely coming in because my ears are ringing. The number 58 might be really important to you. Also, either 13 or 4. So 13 and 4, those might be special numbers to you. They might be a birth date. They might be dates to just take into consideration, maybe like mark it on your calendar, and then the number 58. So however those numbers resonate with you, I'm going to go ahead and read you the message from Watermelon Tourmaline, because there are like specific relationship messages that come with these crystals as well, which I think is beautiful. And since this is a love reading, so the essential meaning of this stone is seeing perfection in the moment, basking in the bliss of just being, natural joy, and a peaceful heart. So what I'm already getting, no matter like what the situation is, I think you're being told to be a lot more present. Maybe you guys are in a relationship, for those of you who might be, and you've been in a relationship for a while, or maybe it's like been a little bit, but it's starting to get stagnant. I think this is just your reminder to be super present and find that like beauty, those like juicy, beautiful little moments that like maybe just pass by you because you're like starting to get bored or whatever. I think that this is a really good way of reminding you to like, hey, just, like be super present. Look at the color of their eyes, like refine little things that kind of kindle like that loving connection that you might have with your partner. Perfection lies in loving unconditionally. Oh, big message here, big message here. Just as the conscious universe loves you no matter what, whoever you love, whoever loves you, know that flaws are there to remind you that love heals. Today your attention is drawn to the perfection of love within you, the love from the conscious universe that flows directly into you from every direction, reminding you that you are always worthy of love. Knowing this, bask in the love all around you. Then you will see your relationship more clearly and recognize that sometimes the best way to express love is through sacrifice, and sometimes it is through saying no. No, with capital letters and a period at the end. You will soon know what you are meant to do and what you need to consider, but first you must stop and feel the unconditional love that is yours. Feel bliss, be in your bliss, and all will soon be clear. Yeah, it seems like whatever's about to come through for you guys, there might be a little bit of like, might be insecurity, might be like uncertainty, but we'll see. I have some tarot cards for you guys. You guys got my dragon deck, so it should be very interesting. So we're starting off with the Ace of Pentacles reversed, the Devil, Four of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, Seven of Wands. Ooh, and this deck's very new to me, so I will be like reading a little bit to, I'm learning to work with this dragon energy, and it's very different from every other tarot deck like that I have. It's really wild. But right off the bat, what I'm getting is that there is definitely, I feel like there's some conflicting viewpoints, especially with the Four of Swords. I feel like you guys, somebody's not being understanding of the other person's work situation and what it means to them. And there's a very interesting dynamic here. So what I'm getting is that, you know, you guys are kind of both, a relationship is like a third entity. Okay, so like two people come together and create this third entity, this energetic being that is your relationship. What I'm seeing is that between the two of you, someone is pouring themselves into their work and their career, and it's with very good intentions. And they've been doing it for a while, and it's just something that like is very meaningful to them, and it's very positive for them. And I think that sometimes they probably are blind to how this does affect you. It's hard for you guys to have a conversation about it, and I think it's because with the Devil, but it's upright. You know, there's some kind of cycle that needs to be broken here. You both need to work on it together, though, especially if this is like a relationship. If this is not a friendship, if it's a, I mean, no matter what kind of relationship it is, you know, you guys need to work on it together. There's a cycle that needs to end with like the negative aspect. I think that the person who is working a lot is almost holding themselves. You guys are both holding, there's like some kind of, it's very interesting because I feel like I'm hearing both sides of the situation. There's like a lot of messages and voices coming in, but okay. So on one hand, I feel like you guys are kind of holding each other back from this next step, some of this forward motion with regards to like your financials and your home life. And I'm hearing a few different things. If you're married, if this is specifically about your partner, there is a difficult conversation that needs to be had about like time management, especially if you have a family. You know, I'm hearing a lot of different things, but specifically if you're a woman and you are like the wife, you're aware that there's not enough focus being put on your entire family, and that's hurtful for you. It's hard to see that, and it's hard to feel that as well. And even though there's no like cups or anything here, and it is very like mental and like physical aspects, this will still affect you emotionally. There's like this tension and this feeling that like your husband or your partner is just not managing their time well. And this might be, I think there's two sides to this. This might be their flaw, like as a workaholic. That's something that they need to work on a little bit, and you need to be a gentle, soft reminder for them. But this also might be you needing to work through your negative cycle of, you know, having I don't want to say unnecessary expectations, but maybe expectations that need to be evaluated more. Because you guys are holding each other back almost by not communicating about it. And even if you're in just, like this is just like a boyfriend-girlfriend situation or a partner, even if you're not married, you don't have kids, whatever, it's still the same message that rings very true. There's some kind of balance that needs to be brought to both of your attention. You know, the one person is understanding of the work and career aspect, and the other person might not see it but needs to be reminded of it. This is a tricky one. That's tough. And what I'm getting here is that, like, you guys need to come from a space of wanting to work through it together and understanding that you're working towards it for the betterment of your relationship. You're not trying to attack each other. That's not the purpose behind this. You need to come from a place of love. And I do want to read Judgment. Here we go. The ancient song of the bards reawakens the dragons from their slumber, the sign that a new season is approaching. The prisoners are freed by order of the king. The knights respond to the call, meeting their destiny. All that is on earth returns to the sky to find its fulfillment. There's a lot of thoughts here that need to be processed and communicated about. There's a lot of release, and in that release there's going to be some form of harmony. You guys just have to, and maybe that's why there's like some stagnancy, because you guys are afraid to be forward and open about, you know, the situation at hand and the balance that needs to be brought in. But there's like a reminder that it needs to be gentle. It needs to be coming from a place of like understanding and knowing that the relationship is not at its best, because you both could be doing more to be coming to an understanding. Oh, you also got the Sun. Enjoy success and happiness. And this is your Guardian card. So I feel like there's a lot of interesting messages coming through here. There's like the issue at hand, which I believe is probably going to resonate for most of you in some way, shape, or form. You know, and this is kind of like your medicine and things to focus on. So like the extra oracle cards. So the message: know that doors are opening for you. Follow up new projects, ventures, and ideas. Connect with the inner fire that is driving you forward. You are being surrounded by the brightness of the sun at this time. Opportunities to feel and be successful are swirling and dancing around you. Relationships and friendships progress with joy, and you will feel happy and uplifted. I think that is truly the outcome for you guys. Is there is a very peaceful, positive resolution. Mercury retrograde is like messing with my words. You know, and there is like so much good to be focused on. Like I feel like this is a very like strong foundation relationship. There's just something going on where you need more focus. You can't just be complacent and like, oh, everything's like pretty good. Like, no, there's obviously something that needs to be balanced out, but it's for the absolute betterment of yourselves and your relationship. Oh, and then you got Booty reversed. Interesting. So, I don't think I have yet gotten a reversal with these cards, so this will be really interesting for me to read. You've done a great job at listening to your parents, teachers, friends, acquaintances, and society. However, are you still left clueless to the deeper questions? Why are you here on this planet? Now it's time to go deeper. Let go of being the perfect child, student, friend, employee, citizen. Question what you have been taught. Ask if it truly is serving you. Be ready to experience the shattering of the universe that happens when you wake up. It's in those pieces that you put your truest life back together. Your Booty wisdom will guide you. All right, so it seems like you are going through a little bit of like an awakening yourself. Maybe this might not be your first time. It does happen over and over and over again throughout our lifetimes. You know, maybe there's a lot in the structure of this relationship that is forcing you to look at yourself, and there's a lot more like questions that are coming up for you, which is great. Honestly, that's so good and that's so healthy. and beautiful. And I think that there's a lot of strength here. There's a lot of understanding that you need inner knowing and understanding of your partner or the other person that this is about. I feel like some of you might be Leos or Sagittarius or Taurus, maybe Gemini. There's a few that are coming to mind, maybe Aquarius. But yeah, tune into those things for yourself. Start asking those questions for yourself. You know, whether you do that first and then move forward with it, whatever this conversation is, I think it's going to be up to you. Maybe this conversation is going to bring up some like earth-shattering revelations for you that you're like, I didn't realize that about myself. I have to work on that. And, you know, if you want to cultivate that healthy relationship with your partner, you're going to want to work on that for the betterment of yourself and the relationship. So I hope that this resonated with you guys. Thank you so much for listening. I am open for individual readings. You can currently book with me through Instagram. You can find me at rawhealingtarot. You know, and I do also really love and appreciate and accept tips. So all of my, you know, Venmo, PayPal, Cash App info is at the bottom. And I will also be listing the decks I use. I think that's it. But yeah, I hope this finds you guys all well. And I will see you in the next one. All right, what's going on in group number 2? You guys, this is for your love message. I definitely have very different energy about this message. The previous message was like a lot softer and more serious and everything. So I don't know. I'm excited to see like what's going to come out of this because I feel like, wow, so much brighter and lighter. So you guys got Jade, which is just freaking stunning and beautiful. Which also comes with the number 27. So 27 might be significant to you. You might be 27 years old. 9 could also be really big for you, and 9 is a super potent number. 27th of the month that you're watching this in, that could also be important. Just a few things to look out for. But the essential meaning of Jade is treasures within, a consciousness of abundance, recognizing that you are more than enough. Oh, okay. This is going to be like a really beautiful message. Even the smallest crystal has the power to transmit energy, channeling information from the conscious universe. Electronic equipment contains crystals so small that you might not realize they are there. So too, do you have hidden strengths you may be overlooking, treasures within that can give you strength and courage as you break free of the past and venture into the unknown. That's really exciting. I already feel like there might be like 2 pretty strong messages here. This might be like a very strong self-love message, but we will continue. I will read the relationship message. Love can draw to you people who will see, I'm not wearing my glasses, so if you'll just pardon me. People who will see in you what you do not see in yourself and bring out the best in you. You do not have to be perfect. You can make mistakes, but what you cannot do is wall yourself off when love is crying out for you to connect and expand, for that will keep you from discovering your purpose. Let others help you find your hidden treasures. Listen to those who encourage you, and if someone tries to tell you that you haven't got what it takes, assume otherwise. Then seek out the company of those who see the best within you, for they are friends to treasure. Wow. That's really beautiful, and that's extremely, extremely true. I can already tell that if, you know, this isn't pertaining to a partnership or relationship, if this is about yourself and your friendships, like, call upon those people who see the absolute best in you, and I promise that will just help. It really does. You know, like, most of us like to think we're just strong, badass motherfuckers all the time, and, like, unfortunately, we're human, so we're just not, you know? Sometimes you need that, like, reminder from the people who, like, know you and see the absolute best in you. This is a thick pile, so let's see what we have for your love message. We have the Magician reversed, the Hermit reversed, 4 of Wands reversed. You guys are dealing with some self-esteem issues. 9 of Swords reversed, 7 of Cups, Two of Cups. King of Swords. Okay. So right off the bat, I do feel like you're in an interesting space right now where you're in a lack space. You don't see yourself as the magician. You don't see yourself as someone who has everything that they could possibly need to manifest like their wildest desires. You've stopped looking internally. You're consistently trying to get external validation, and it's not coming to you. You're not being like celebrated. You're not getting what you think you need, and it's because you're just not listening to yourself at all. You're like very focused on what other people are doing or what other people are saying, whether that has to do like with you specifically or not. You're just paying too much attention to the outside world, to outside sources. You have stopped tuning into yourself. Get some amethyst, my friends. Truly, like, first of all, it's a calming stone. It's also a very psychic stone. So I think that jade is very important. So maybe work with that and meditate with that, especially because it's green. It works with the heart chakra. So that'll be huge. But I think you need to tap back into your intuition. You need to tap back into yourself. And that's a very strong message. And I feel like there is someone who's coming into your life. I feel like once you work through this energy and kind of flip it all right side up and realize that you 100% are, no matter how you're feeling right now, and I'm not trying to take away from how you're feeling because it's completely valid and it does need to be accepted and worked through. However, the fact that you received all these cards means that you already have that energy. You already have the magician energy. You already have the ability to like utilize the hermit energy and like internally source like your knowledge from yourself. You already have like the Four of Wands, the celebratory, like big moves type of energy. You know, I feel like you might be an Aries. That's coming through kind of strong. And, you know, with the Nine of Swords, realizing that like you don't have to take everything that everyone says so heavily to yourself. So this is a big self-love message like right off the bat for the person that is coming into your life or is already in your life, because I'm seeing this a few ways. There's a partner that, for those of you who are in a current relationship, whether you're married, monogamous, whatever, you're in some sort of relationship. I feel like it's with a partner. I feel like it's a romantic relationship. You guys have a lot that you want to explore together. Especially emotionally. I feel like there's just more stuff that maybe, you know, some of you I feel like have been in a relationship for a while, but there's more for you guys to do. And maybe that's something that you need in order to kind of get out of like this rut that you're in, is just like get your mind outside of yourself a little bit and do some sort of exploration. It might literally be like physical, like getting up and going somewhere with your partner and like having that experience with them. It might be a little bit more like emotional sharing and exploring that you guys need to do together. You know, but with the Two of Cups and the King of Swords, really what I'm seeing is like embodying this knowledge of like some sort of emotional decision. It's almost like, okay, again, it could be a few things. One, your partner could be, and I'm getting a male figure, male air sign, so Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. Did I get that right? I'm pretty sure I got that right. I think I know my zodiac signs. Who's just like a stronghold for you, and they're willing to like work through all of this with you, and they're there for you, and they're present for you, and they just want what's best for you. They really do. So, you know, they're being very understanding of like, whatever you need right now, like, let's do it. You know, whatever it's going to take, let's do it. So they're very supportive. I'm also getting that if you are single and this is maybe one of the reasons why you're kind of in this rut and like you feel like you're not finding anyone, or you know, you don't feel like you're enough, or you don't feel like you're good enough, or you know, like along those lines, it's just saying to like be more open. Just kind of like slough off this like lack of self-love feeling and be like, I need to go explore around a little bit more. Maybe I need to ask more questions. Like maybe I need to dive a little deeper into like what I want out of a partner. you know? And I feel like that option is going to present itself to you, and it may very well be any of those male air signs. Could be a female air sign as well. I'm just getting very like strong masculine energy, so I'm just saying, dude, might not be a dude. You know what I mean? Take whatever resonates with you. But there's a decision will have to be made with regards to someone who's coming into your life, that you do end up manifesting, because even though you have the Magician reversed right now, you have the energy to flip it. So you have everything that you need to make all of this start turning and changing. Now you also got, I'm very curious to see what this is. You got a message from the Angelarium deck. Angel of Time, Remph. I also don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, because I am also getting used to this deck. But I'm very intrigued to read the message of this. This is a stunning, beautiful card. Apparently, they're very based off of the Tree of Life and Kabbalah, which is something that I'm currently not familiar with, but will be familiarizing myself with, just so I can kind of understand these beings and these entities and these concepts a little bit more. But I could not stay away from this deck. It was calling to me like hardcore. All right, eternally vigilant and forever burning. Remph is the movement through space measured out with deft precision. Our footsteps upon the earth mark its passing, for we are all bound to time. One by one we tick and talk, and every life is counted even as those lives pass. We are all sand and seconds and moments, all fleeting. Fire burns until it doesn't. Lives are lived until they aren't. Dreams are dreamt until we wake. Remph stands by all of this counting. What better unit of measure than the souls that pass through the Tree of Life into Angelarium? Remph walks between the pillars of past and present, turning every corner and every second. Remph's movements can be seen in our own as a fulcrum between moments. So some signs are a clock, a torch, and a wave. I feel like what this is saying is that you guys truly are starting to experience a shift in your life. There's something in you that needs to be resparked and pushed, but there's like some sort of movement that needs to happen. And I think it's almost like the beauty of the concept of time is that like it doesn't exist, but it does, because we created it as a unit of measurement. So remember that, you know, there's nothing but time, and there's also no time. So the time is now. Basically, I'm not going to start spiraling too deep, but I feel like the message coming through here is like, you're going to work through something and you're going to start something back up. And it's like all these beginnings and endings and these moments in between, you know, it's all about this journey and understanding that there's some serious good energy on your side with regards to time. You also got firm foundation, third eye chakra, material harvest. There's the 9 again. 9's coming up for you. And accelerated motion. 8 infinite possibilities. Okay, you guys are going to be going through a lot right now. This love message is mostly for you. This is a big, deep, I know I felt like this was coming. It's a big, deep self-love message. Understand that like you are kind of starting over right now at the point you're at. You might be in your 9th year, so all people go through 9-year cycles. You might be in this like final turning point year, and you're about to shift into an entirely new cycle in your life. And that means building a whole new firm foundation, new set of beliefs. And here we go with the third eye chakra. What did I say? Tap into that intuition, fam. Get some amethyst. Seriously, or even like this lapis lazuli that I'm wearing. Something to work with, meditate on is your third eye and that intuition. You need to start really trusting yourself and listening to yourself. You have a material harvest that's coming for you. Something big is coming for you. I just feel that. I feel that. And it's interesting. I feel like there's like some sort of gift coming to you. Because with the firm foundation, I think that that's a very mental thing. I feel like something to do with like your work life, your physicality, your home life, like something, there's some kind of like physical material abundance that you're going to be receiving. So that's very awesome and like exciting. And then you have accelerated motion. And I really think that once you like dive into like that trust of self and that understanding that this is just like a new phase of your life that you're going through in a new space, like, and you, it's like catapulting forward. So that is just so exciting and beautiful. And the last card, oh bitch. Blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being. I hope you can see this card. I accept responsibility for my well-being. It is up to you to turn all this around and move forward. For those of you who are in a relationship and you have that person in your life, that partner, that friend who is truly like helping you and there for you and supporting you, that's beautiful. This is still your journey and these are still your feelings and your life. Like, it's still an individual thing. You are still an individual that needs to take responsibility for yourself. I love this message. Whoever's getting this, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in. I truly hope this resonated with you because I feel like this is just so loud and clear and beautiful and exciting. If this is finding you in a tough moment, just take a big deep breath and like accept all of this like wisdom and these gifts and like, this is just so cool. I'm really excited for you guys. I do individual, I don't know what I'm trying to say. You can book me for individual readings through Instagram. As of right now, you can find me at rawhealingtarot. I do truly love and appreciate and accept tips. I have PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App listed down below. I will also list all the decks I used as well. And if there are any other questions or comments, like, please let me know how this resonated with you guys. Please comment and share. Like I said, this is timeless, so whenever you get it is when you needed it. But thank you guys again, and I'll see you in the next one. Pile number 3, what's good? So this is your pile if you picked Auralite with the number 8 at the top, and that's just so freaking beautiful and wonderful. 8's just the number of infinite possibilities and infinity, and just spiritually freaking amazing and wonderful and exciting. Oh, weird that I opened up to that page. Okay. So the essential meaning of Auralite is mindfulness, meditation on the present. Group number one got a similar message, but something very strong about being present right now. Oop. I'll read the relationship one. Are you mindful of what is going on right now in your relationship, its qualities and patterns? Auralite Spirit wants you to observe what is working so you can build upon it, and to see what is not working so you can begin to address it. Be fully present in your relationship today. Meditate, and then as you interact with those you love, pay attention, observing without judgment, noticing what is happening without spinning a story of should and ought to haves. Open your eyes that you might deepen your love and connection, for now your ability to be present and free of distraction is very strong. Yeah, group number one got a similar message. It's like, what are you guys like overlooking? Are you not being like super present in your relationship? Do you feel like there's some lack? It could just be with like friendships too, in general, just your relationships. Like, how can you be more present in them and mindful of them? I think that's going to bring you a lot. So for your tarot message, you have the Page of Swords, Hierophant, Seven of Cups, Nine of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. Off the bat, what I'm getting is someone's not being very forward with you. There's some mind games going on. There's like a feeling of like not really knowing like what choice to make. Like I feel like the person that you might have been thinking of when you clicked on this video is just like super indecisive right now about what they truly want and need. And especially with the Page of Swords, it's this like very naive, young energy, and it's like almost trying too hard, and like they think they have their shit together, but they don't. And with the Hierophant reversed, it's like, you know, trying to go against the grain, but not in like a positive, cool, rugged way. It's like kind of ignoring some structures that might actually be like very healthy and good for them. And ultimately that's holding them back. This could also be you, but for some reason I'm getting that whoever picked this pile was specifically thinking of a person. Yeah, and there's just like some kind of like, there's some kind of like frustration, I feel like, coming from your end. Especially with this Wheel of Fortune reversed, it's like, you know that you can have the world and have everything and have all of this like beautiful luck, but I almost wonder, this could be a friend that you're very close with, and maybe you're just kind of like on your last nerve with them. But I feel like if this is a relationship, or like, whatever form of a relationship it may be, a marriage, whatever, relationships come in a lot of forms these days. Yeah, someone's just not being very straightforward with what they want and need. And this could also be you. This could be your energy. This could be you not being very present and mindful of everything that's going on, and kind of like overthinking and like being frustrated and not really knowing like what decision to make, and like it's just holding you back a lot. You got movement and paradox. Oh boy. Okay. All right. Hopefully you can like kind of see these cards. I know they're like holographic, so it's a little tricky. Movement and paradox. The movement one I can already tell you is there's some serious healing power in any form of movement. If you have to go do some like ecstatic dance, if you have to do some yoga, working out, running, like getting out in nature and just moving, like envisioning some like snake kundalini energy, like some sort of movement needs to happen in order for you to start like clearing some of whatever the hell this weirdness is. But I want to dig more into the paradox one, because I'm finding it very interesting that all of this is coming up the way it is. This card is a reminder that we can hold two extremes at the same time. Okay. Sometimes we focus on things, whether internal or external, and see them as one-sided. But to hold the paradox within us requires strength. To see our most brilliant qualities and our most ugly, to acknowledge that they both live within us, is a gateway north. Ooh, okay. I think there's a lot to do with understanding right now. Being understanding of the other person who might have this energy in the relationship with you, and of yourself too. Like, this is okay. I feel like it's just like a section in your life where there's just like a lot going on, and you have to rectify it in order to get like to flip this right side up and like get everything you want and need, and have all of this like goodness of life. But you might be focusing too much on like the negative aspects of this whole situation. Carl Jung said the paradox is one of our most valuable spiritual possessions, and for anyone who does shadow work, they know this to be true. But this can also be difficult for many people. If we have been raised in a rigid environment where things are viewed as black and white, it may be hard for us to accept our flaws, let alone love them. So it might be really difficult for you to accept, whether this is you or the other person, the fact that you're in this space of like, why am I like thinking of all these other options? Why am I even entertaining other options? Like, do I really know what I want? And, whatever, you might be Libra. But especially with this Page of Swords energy too, and the Hierophant, it's like it's almost like you guys are trying too hard. Understand that like you're not a bad person for having this energy, or the other person is not a bad person for having this energy. It's just dealing with it. One of the best ways to slowly enter a relationship with our internal paradox is to remind ourselves that we did not create these things within us. We inherited them. It does not define us, and yet we are responsible for it. To work more deeply with paradox as you witness yourself throughout the day, identify what types of thoughts you have more of, positive or negative. From there, find the polar extreme. For example, maybe you thought, I am so fucking lazy. Acknowledge a couple things that makes that true. Then find the polar opposite, i.e. hardworking, and acknowledge a few things or experiences that prove that you are hardworking. I feel like you need to do this either A, for yourself, or B, for the other person, or they have to do it. Like, there's some sort of like understanding and balance here. I feel like this is definitely very heavy Libra energy, so I'm going to crack up if several people I know watch this. I'm not going to name names because I'm thinking of several Libras who this would apply to. But I did have the intention of you guys wanting to know an action that you have to take. So again, this is just very Libra. So an action you have to take with this situation or this person. So you got the moon in Gemini, so you might be a Gemini or you might be dealing with a Gemini, in the 10th house. So spiritually, the actions you have to take are defend what you want to be known responsibly. Defend what you want to be known responsibly. So if there's something in you that you know needs to like be expressed and come out, defend that because there's the validity to it, but do it in a responsible way where you're not projecting onto someone, you know, like there's a huge balance that goes on there. Mentally, accept what is believed about success. Accept what is believed about success. So accepting what you believe to be successful for the outcome of this, or for the person, or for yourself, or the individual, whatever, like accept what you believe about that form of success. And then physically, let your feelings tell you how to use the quickest way and become a person of power and status. Let your feelings tell you how to use the quickest way and become a person of power and status. I almost feel like that's just for you. Like you need to tell yourself that you are strong and like your emotions are valid and you are strong. Is that what I just said? You are strong, your emotions are valid, and you need to like cut to the chase and be like, this is what's going on and this is how I feel about it and this is how it's affecting me. Like there needs to be a lot more communication. Okay, well, that was a very like quick and brief and strong message for you guys, but I really hope it resonated. If you want to book individual readings with me, you can do that through Instagram. You can find me at rawhealingtarot. I do really, truly love... I knew this was going to happen in this video, and it did. It cut me off. But what I was saying is I truly appreciate and do accept tips. My PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App are listed below. And, you know, just please comment down below. Let me know how this resonated with you guys. And I can't wait to see you in the next video. Thank you.